A theme park here in the UK has just begun building a brand new roller coaster that we have never seen in this country. And with the plans for this brand new ride finally being out there and the track actually being on site, I thought because this is such a big project and a big coaster coming to the UK, why not recreate it and see what it might look like when it opens. So join me today as I recreate the brand new 2027 MACK Rides water coaster coming to Paultons Park as part of the brand new area Valgard. And trust me, this coaster is a lot bigger and potentially a lot more themed than you might have first thought. So be sure to watch till the end and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss future updates and videos. So here we go then, we are in Planet Coaster as we always are and as we have been for the past minute, and I'm frantically looking through the ride catalogue to find the MACK Rides water coaster. Of course, the park, Paultons Park, very open about what's coming, and it's amazing to see a lot of these parks in the UK especially hold back their secrets. There's a new ride coming, but no one knows anything about it. Paultons just on their own accord decide to announce everything a year beforehand so nothing gets leaked, and they can do it, like I said, on their own accord, and I love that for them as we go into the lift hill on the MACK Rides water coaster using that knowledge that they've sort of showed us the plan. They've got this sort of layout plan from MACK Rides, I assume, and also the concept art. We can see exactly what this ride is going to do. So it goes up to quite a tall height. It looks about the same height as Drakon, maybe a little bit smaller because it is dug down into the ground and goes into a very fast-paced turn towards the ground as we then head up into a small twisted airtime hill. And the thing is, this ride is definitely not the longest ride in the world, or definitely not the longest, probably about the same as Drakon in length, but you're going to spend a lot of time on that splashdown and going up that lift and seeing the views. And then you go through that very heavily banked turn. I believe that's 90 degrees they hinted at in the little press conference they did, or the conference, whatever you want to call it. And then we go into a nice quick airtime hill. This is a slightly controversial element coming up. Apparently it's the first MACK water coaster with a top hat. I don't really know if that can class as a top hat, but if you want that record, then go for it. Going into the final airtime hill before hitting that splashdown. Another quick airtime hill. And yeah, in the game you can actually have it go into a splashdown, but you might have seen it for a split second there. It's a very steep decline down into the splashdown, and that doesn't work for the airtime hill beforehand. So I'm just making a fake splashdown, but we'll get onto that later because it's going to be in a lovely little pond or lake area. And obviously you can see a little splashdown area as well. I've extended the feasting hall and that section because it's now open. We've actually seen what it looks like. And you're going to be able to sit out there and have a nice bit of food, beverage, whatever you fancy, and be able to look out on the water coaster going past. The bright yellow water coaster, as you can see, not the easiest to hide. As they said in that conference. But yeah, you can see me smoothing that out. And once again, like you can see, not the longest layout, but it's going to carry so much speed. Hopefully not roll back like it just did. But it's going to be a really fun ride, and it's going to be perfect for the park to finally have that extra water ride. Because I think the last water ride they got rid of, yeah, it was a little funfair log flume. That's now gone. So I'm really glad they've actually got a water ride in here. And Paultons are really showing how well they can do these new coasters, especially with the area of Valgard so far. Obviously, this is going to be a separate expansion over 2 years. You've had Drakon, Raven, the Wild Swing, whatever you want to call it, that's pretty wild. And now you're going to have the MACK water coaster next year as well. And if the theming we've already seen in Valgard is something to go off to sort of base our opinion on and maybe speculate about what sort of theming we're going to see on the water coaster, will it be well themed or not? Going off the rest of the area, it's 100% going to be so well themed. I think Valgard is my favourite themed area in the UK. As much as there are Viking areas in a lot of different places around the world, the way they've done it is just incredible, and it does not feel like a UK theme park when you are walking around it. So if you can go and visit, I definitely recommend. And if you do want to see what is in the area, then definitely go and check out my vlog, which I'll probably reference at the end of this video as well, as I create a little step down to a splashdown area, which of course right now this is where a construction wall is, and I can assume a splashdown area will happen. I think they've already said that, but if not, it's pretty obvious it's going to happen, isn't it? Like, it's a literal water coaster and it's going to create this big splash. Most water coasters in the world have that splashdown, and I'm sure they'd love to have one as well. As I put some planting along. Oh, if I stumble my words a few times, it's because, well, it's It's very hot at the moment in the UK. Getting a bit real at the moment, you know. It's like 30 degrees or something ridiculous, and my PC is very hot running Planet Coaster and my editing software. What am I going to do? Obviously, we don't have too much of the sort of theming aspect on this concept art. You can see a few things here and there, but not too much. And that was the same for Drakon. Obviously, we couldn't see inside the buildings or anything like that. So when it gets to the station building for this MACK water coaster, that is completely speculation. Like, I don't know what that's going to be like inside, but I've tried to recreate it from that concept art and also that singular plan of the layout as much as I possibly can, as I put down some trees. And I'm just sort of following the same aesthetic of Drakon with those little fence poles out the ground, the sort of wooden spear-looking fence posts. They're obviously not supposed to be fence posts, but, you know, looks cool. And a little ship hull, I believe they call it, right there, over the drop. Thought that'd be really nice. And yeah, it's just going to be a lovely ride, especially that water sort of splashdown. We're losing all of our water rides in this country, so to get a new one is great, as I realised the mechanism for the wild swing is actually over near the ride area. I didn't think about that long term, really, did I? So I have to hide that with some rocks, I believe. There we go. You know, don't move the mechanism along and just, you know, push out of the way. Just cover it with some rocks, that'll do. So I've done that. And now flattening the terrain. There's a lot of rumours about what's next for Paultons Park, of course, after this MACK water coaster, because we know that that's next. Then it's sort of the next big coaster to come to the UK, other than the Minecraft coaster at Chessington, which I've already done a recreation of, if you want to check that out. But literally, no one knows what's coming after that. There was rumours of a water coaster for a very long time, as I put in a nice boat at the end of the ride that's going to spray water. I don't know whether that's actually going to be a thing or not, but I'd love to see that. But with that, 2028 could be another big year for Paultons. They've been absolutely smashing it out of the park recently. We had Ghostly Manor last year, even before that Splash Lagoon. Then, of course, Valgard opened with Drakon and Raven, and now we're getting this MACK water coaster. What is next for Paultons Park? I just don't know. Like, it could be anything. There's a lot of rumours about like a mountainous area of Valgard in the future. I'd quite like to see them move away from Valgard after this year and next year, of course, building this MACK water coaster, and maybe try and go down a different route, like retheming, is it called Critter Creek or something on the other side of the park, or maybe making another expansion somewhere else that's a bit smaller. I just think there's more themed routes to go down. You know, it's kind of that Alton Towers vibe where they've just done everything in Forbidden Valley for the past 3 years. It would be nice to move on and sort of do something a little bit different, but if we're getting another big coaster in Valgard the year after, I do not care. I will take that. Now we're moving on to the exit of the ride and the queue line. I do think the exit will be round here. I don't think they do the queue line round there because you wouldn't see any of the ride, whereas if you put it over the actual splashdown and do it into a little bit of the ride area, you'd actually be able to get a good view of it whilst you queue up, and that really does improve that guest experience. As you can see, putting it down towards the lake, I actually do put the queue under the lake by accident, but I'll edit that soon. And putting it round randomly, as once again, we don't fully know what it's going to be like yet, and we'll get onto the station build as well in a few minutes. It'll be really intriguing to see when this opens, like coming back, like I've done already with the sort of rest of Valgard that I've tried to pre-create. Going back once it's open and sort of thinking, have I done a good job with this? Which is kind of why I've left the rest of the area, because I do want to go back when the water coaster's open and just go, how close was I with this? I did it with Nemesis Reborn. I made a Nemesis Reborn recreation before that opened, and I got it severely wrong. Well, I got the eye severely wrong. It ended up looking like a monster, and you went through its like teeth or its mouth or something. It looked a bit stupid. It had 2 eyes. Now it's just got 1 eye. But I've decided not to do that yet for the Valgard area, but to instead wait for this coaster to open so we can truly see if I was very close or not, which I hope I am. As you can see, now moving on to the station building. I just took one of those buildings off of Drakon because it looks very similar on the concept art. And then making a little transfer track, which is the only place I can really assume it would be, especially if the exit is there. Because you're not going to have the transfer track go across the exit or anything, because that would be severely dangerous. And then we go making the roof. I originally actually wanted a flat roof, but I decided against that and decided to make a slanted roof. You see, these things, you know, not everything goes to plan. You'll build one thing and then you'll think, no, not a fan of that. It could take you years to build something, and you go back to it and go, no, don't enjoy that anymore. I've had a lot of people saying about doing Planet Coaster 2 tutorials and like how to get good at the game. I am by no means the best at Planet Coaster, but if you guys want to see some tutorials or something in the future, or some like tips or guides, I don't know, then I can do. But yeah, I am by no means the best at this game. Like, my builds are... I'll say they're all right. They're decent. I am really happy with a few of my builds, but a lot of them... you could do everything better in life. Why'd this just get so deep? There are people out there that you probably should listen to the tips and advice from more than me. That's what I'm trying to say, because I do love playing this game and I've played it for a very long time, but I'm most certainly not the best at it. But maybe I'll do some tips or guides in the future, especially to do with recreating, because I feel like that was my main sort of thing. And it is right now, because look, well, we're actually pre-creating right now with this building here. And we're going to put some lights inside of this little walkway, some nice little the borders there, just to make it look a little bit more detailed. That's a tip for you. If you've got some flat walls, just literally add anything to them and it makes it look more detailed, even if it's just wooden slats or something. And don't add massive burning flames inside, because that's not realistic, but I've done it anyway. Putting some trees down and some bushes. I told you the heat's getting to me. We've got some jetty platforms going in, just to make the roof of this building look really, really nice. I think it's going to be a bit like Drakon, where there's no real like focal point or like a themed element in the station. I think it will just be maybe like a boat on the side or something, or just some nice theming around, and obviously a nice ceiling with some chandeliers, or the big plates of burning coals in the air, as I called them in my vlog. Just some of them, nothing too major. Obviously, I'd love to see some big element, maybe a big serpent or a big, I don't know, a boat on the roof or something. I don't know. Just something big would be really cool. But for now, I'm just going to deck this out with mostly just the sort of same theming you see in the Drakon and Raven station. Really good theming, but nothing sticking out. I wonder if there is going to be a serpent on this ride somewhere. Because it is called Serpent's Curse, and I actually haven't built a serpent into any of it. I am curious if that'll be the case. Maybe that's what the focal point will be at the start of the ride, the end of the ride, I'm not too sure. But I do think it'll be more of a focus on those Viking riverboats, you know, because I just think those sorts of boats, so iconic. And if you're going to be able to ride one, that would be awesome. As I try and build the little ride baggage hold, I guess you call it. And then build the little hot box as well. Get rid of the chandelier, because that might be a bit hot in there. And then add some windows. Again, nothing too amazing, because I know that this isn't going to be a full recreation. This is just a sort of basis as I build a boat in the station. That's the sort of little theming I'm talking about. Probably a health and safety hazard as well, because it's so close to the fire. Oh, it's on fire as well. Okay. Oh well, health and safety doesn't matter. Putting down a couple barrels and even some crates. And Serpent's Curse is really starting to come along nicely. You got like the baggage hold area there as well. Just really simple in the wall, nothing too major, as we finish off this ride. And now we're going to head into real time to check it out. So here we are then in Valgard. As you can see, we've got this entrance right at the front. Why has it gone mythological? Didn't know we were in Greece. But quickly, I know we said we'd compare it later down the line when the water coaster opens, but I just want to show you how some of these things I got severely wrong, and some of these things I wasn't too far off. You know, you've got the wild swing and all the Drakon sort of station area. I don't think this is too far off. Wow, look at it go. It's a lot smoother than that, and it just jeweled as well. That was beautiful. Yeah, not too shabby, I guess. Ravens appearing quite popular today. As we walk down towards this section, as you can see, you've got this Valgard sign that I have actually put in since actually going, because this is quite realistic, along with sort of putting this decking in, which we've now seen in real life as well. And I'll be putting some seats in here and stuff, because you will actually be able to download this at the end of the video. But as you can see, the view from this decking, wow, look at it go down that drop, past that sort of ship hull. And then it goes through the twisted airtime hill and round the rest of the ride. Yeah, you're going to be able to eat your food from the feasting hall right here, and either have a view of the, well, the questionable low-down top hat, if that's really what you want to call it, as the boat comes down. And you'll even be able to get a view of the airtime hill. And then further down, you can come down these stairs to witness the airtime hill from here, and the splashdown. There it goes. Whoa, we got wet. Oh no! And from here as well, you can see the lake with the lovely lift hill and first drop in view. And even that little twisted airtime hill behind the trees as it comes round into that very heavily banked turn. Hang on, I'll show you this. Look, ready? Look how banked that is. That is 90 degrees, as it feels like it is in the UK right now. But around here does feel very open, so I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe add like another sort of planter, or maybe something in the middle, or maybe this is just supposed to be smaller and I've done it completely wrong. We've got the entrance to Serpent's Curse, which I believe will be over the water into the queue line like so. Look at that view. What a view that is. That's beautiful. You got the station building off to the left with the coaster going back in, and then we turn around to the queue line. Look at this, nice canopy covers, and you can see a boat there. I'm just going to queue jump real quick. Some more theming in the main section of the queue as well. Some nice like ship pieces, another ship hull, and into the station, where as you can see, you've got this boat here that's sort of crashed in on fire, and then you've got the chandeliers above. I really do like this station design. I'm really happy with it, and I think it suits what this ride may end up being, especially looking at the Drakon station as well. My boat's just left me. I was about to get on that. Sod you then, I'll get the next one. And here we go, we're in the boat. Obviously chandeliers above, op cabin on the right, my good pal water tank. And here we go on out for our first ride on Serpent's Curse. Got some theming we saw in the queue. Whoa, look at that. Wasn't expecting it to go over our heads, but that is really, really cool if they could do that. As we go up the lift hill for the first time. Look at Drakon off in the distance. It's going to make this park so much better, and I think on the skyline this is going to look amazing as we head up all the way over the lift and down the first drop. Hey, look at that. Oh, yes, that's lovely. Twisted airtime hill. Heavily banked turn. Threw some more theme in there. Another airtime hill. And then we've got that questionable top hat on top of the rocks that cover that mechanism. Some nice spikes. Splashdown. Here we go. Whoa, beautiful stuff. And that's your ride. Some lovely views around if you were to look, but obviously we weren't. And as you travel back to the station through the water, you've got this lovely Viking boat that would be really cool there, squirting some water out to get you a bit more wet. No. And yeah, you head back round. This is supposed to be a conveyor, but I couldn't get it to work because I used, obviously, a fake splashdown, so I just used a lift chain. And that piece of track is actually on site already. And we head back into the station. Look at those operations, man. And we head out of the exit alongside the brake run that we just went off of. Yeah, what a beautiful ride that is. Once again, it's not the longest ride in the world, but it really does pack a punch with some of those elements, especially like the bank turns and obviously the airtime hills. And of course, this massive splashdown at the end, which I think is just awesome. Like, that is going to be so refreshing or so annoying on a rainy day. But right now, I couldn't think of anything better. There you go. Serpent's Curse. The entire ride complete, fully pre-created in Planet Coaster 2, and if we get a better look from above, you can really see the attention to detail and the way it's been landscaped and how nice it looks, and just the way that it traverses the entire layout. And of course you can see those bank turns and everything from above, and the sense of scale that it's going to have along the skyline. I really do love this ride, and I think it'll be a great fit for Paultons Park when it does open. And there you go, technically that is my entire Valgard recreation or pre-creation, because I did the first part before that existed and now the second part before that existed, with of course Serpent's Curse, the brand new MACK Rides water coaster opening in 2027. If you want to download this entire park to experience it for yourself and see what Valgard may actually be like, then you can download this entire file in the description or using the code on screen right now. That's of course if you have Planet Coaster 2. Obviously. Leave a like if you want to see more recreations in the future, and let me know what you want to see next, because I've got some pretty cool ideas lined up and I'd like to hear your guys' suggestions. Yeah, leave them in the comments, and once again, thank you very much for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.